The purpose of this project is to get back in touch with the sort of spirit of production and rehearsal from the period in which the play was written, the Jacobean period, which is predominantly the early 1600s. Theater troupes back then rehearsed plays in an incredibly compressed time frame compared to what we're used to. Sometimes they would only have even maybe 4 hours the day of to rehearse a new play that each actor got his individual lines for the night before. To kind of access that immediacy and that sense of discovering the play organically in front of the audience, we've given ourselves only 2 weeks to rehearse the Duchess of Malfi. We're not doing this as a recreation. We're not wearing Elizabethan costumes, but we're more trying to do what actors would have done then if they were in our position. Also, what we've done is gotten rid of a central director, because they didn't have directors then. There may have been an actor in the troupe who was the leader of the troupe, who may have exercised a certain amount of control over the rehearsal process, but there wasn't necessarily a separate creative team. We're working in a space that is very, very Gothic in feel and might actually evoke the ambience you might have sensed going in to see this play when it was performed in the early 1600s. And that works for the sort of mood of the play, which is very haunting, very eerie, and very unpredictable. I think we're actually moving through our own sort of second Jacobean period right now. We also are at the beginning of a new century. We're finding ourselves in a similar kind of sort of personal and cultural unrest, and I think our modern day art is manifesting itself much the way that the Jacobean playwrights created their pieces, which is we have things like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, these dark, dark interpretations of stories that revel in blood and sex and don't shy away from them, but kind of stare them straight on. That's what these playwrights did. The Jacobean playwrights were dark, and they took everything that the people of the time were afraid of, and rather than glossing it over, they embellished it and kind of created their own worst nightmare, in a sense. And I think we're doing that today, and I think we are naturally prone to be excited by that, which is why this play is sort of perfect for 21st century audiences.